What is happening, people? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Beyond the Ball Pod. This is episode 10. This is 10 episodes in, and trust me, it's been getting a lot of good feedback in certain, obviously, the streams we've done. You've been seeing the shorts that I've uploaded. Josh has been a big part of this show, and obviously, only got to welcome him for the 10th episode and could be the final episode for a little while. Obviously, the Premier League is beginning now. This is gonna be during the breaks only. So, as of now, we'll discuss about the future of the show. But Josh, welcome back, bro. And 10 episodes in, man. This is huge, huge.
Yeah, you stole what I was about to say, Ackerman. 10 episodes in, the perfect number to reach before the start of the season. So it turns out all the, times we got busy, all the times life got in the way, turns out it all worked out for the right reason because we finally reached a decade, so to
Yes.
speak. I'm looking forward to it as well. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. We can go on for hours on end. Depends how long Ackerman wants to do it, but I'm seated. I'm buckled up.
Bro,
Josh EJ, what a name.
we can go on and on and on, man. We love this show. Whenever there's anything in football we can discuss, there's always a time, there's always a place to talk football, always a time to talk about the biggest issues, not issues, but just football in general, and such and such. But guys, on your way in, you know what to do. Slap that like button and make sure you guys get the 390 subs. We're literally 4 subs away from 390. Come on, guys. 390 subs. We're getting ever so closer to 400 subs before the season starts in 5 days. Actually, not even 5 days. Literally 3 days. The season starts. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have a whole Tuesday left. So actually, no. I say 4 days. 4 days. My bad. 4 days. 4 days. So the season's coming. We're gonna do a preview this week, either Wednesday or Thursday. And keep your eyes peeled for a massive Manchester United versus Arsenal show. A 4x4, maybe a 4x4 or 3x3. We don't know.
Likely a 3x3, might be a 4x4.
Likelihood. The likelihood is that a 3x3. That'd be fantastic. But big up, bro, for coming on, man. And let's get started, man. Big up to Mr. Josh J every single time. Sub to this man's channel if you haven't done so already. It's at Mr. Josh J. And big up to my guy Bush Baptiste every single time. Big up to you, my bro. Liverpool fan in the chat, but always keeps it real every single time. Big up to my bro. But anyways, bro. Crystal Palace have won the Community Shield. I did say it was gonna happen. I did tell Rasta it was gonna happen, and Rasta knew that it happened. But Liverpool, man, I was just watching a Liverpool stream. Yeah, big up to my guy every single time. Yeah, my guy who was from Thailand. Yeah, he was on a Liverpool fan channel, and I was just watching him for a bit, and they lost Community Shield. But listen, their squad looks dangerous, man. I can't lie. Still, but Crystal Palace, man, champions of the Community Shield to start the season.
Well, congratulations to Crystal Palace, first of all. I will say there is arguably bigger news coming out for them today, which we'll get into later, regarding the confirmation that they won't be playing in the Europa League. We've discussed this before, but we'll have to go over it again because it is massive and it does have big implications. But Crystal Palace, 3 months, 2 trophies. Previously, in their 120-odd-year history, they hadn't won anything. They hadn't won a raffle. Fair play to Oliver Glasner. He also won the Europa League with Frankfurt on penalties as well, against Rangers. Yeah, so he's a proper manager, brilliant manager. Crystal Palace, they haven't done a lot of transfer activity in terms of ingoings or outgoings, really, but they're still a brilliant team. They're still good to watch. They're still dangerous to any side. And at the end of the day, I can only congratulate them. I'm really happy for their fans. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy with what their fans did, which we'll get onto later as well. But their fans do deserve it. I know quite a few Palace fans, and they deserve the last few months they've had, because for Crystal Palace to do what they've done is absolutely fantastic. Against Man City and Liverpool, for 2 top teams over the last 10 or so years in English football, and you've defeated them both. Fantastic.
Yeah. I hear that. I mean, obviously, look, Crystal Palace, they've won the FA Cup. 2 months later, they've now gone on to beat Liverpool in the Community Shield. Do you know what it is with that? I genuinely think Crystal Palace is trying to build something here. But obviously, with Crystal Palace, they are a selling club. If they wouldn't have sold Olise, if they wouldn't have sold Joachim Anderson, to keep Eze, to keep all these guys, I genuinely think Palace have a very good chance to win that Conference League. I I think now, actually, to be fair with you, even if they let go of Eze, bro, I kid you not, they've got a very good squad to go win that Europa League, Conference League. Excuse me. They definitely have the players to do it. All they need to do is try and keep hold of Guehi. But I don't think Guehi will stay. I think, as Bush Baptiste mentioned here that Liverpool have agreed personal terms with Mark Guehi. Another Newcastle target has been stolen.
Only 45 million.
That is a steal for a player like that in today's market. That is a steal. He's English as
When you
well.
have Harry Maguire going for 80 million 6 years ago.
It was the English
He might,
signings as well.
is it the last year of Gehi's contract?
I'm not so sure. Let me actually check that. That's a very good point.
Okay.
Mark Guehi's contract.
But I mean, we all talk about the Community Shields. I mean, Liverpool defensively. I mean,
Yes.
attack-wise, they look scary as ever. But defensively, they do look very suspect. Van Dijk is about 33, 34 now. They need Gehi more than they need Isak, in my opinion.
But don't forget, Konate is on his last year too. So
And he's likely going to Real Madrid.
exactly. So they're gonna need more players in the window, and obviously Liverpool. With Liverpool, obviously they made some quality signings this summer. Like, let's not, like, you know what it is as a United fan. It's sometimes you gotta give credit where credit is due. As much as I hate Liverpool, yeah, give credit to them where credit is due. They've actually spent, and they've actually gone into the window and actually acquired so many of the targets. Kirkes, Frimpong, you know, they're gonna sign Mark Guehi. They're gonna go for Isak. They signed Florian Wirtz, bro, Ekitike. Like, Liverpool fans couldn't have dreamt of a better time than right now. Let's just be honest. They couldn't have dreamt of a better time right now. United are not doing well. Liverpool are on top of the world, and they could go for the Champions League next year. They could go for it next year. You never know with Liverpool. Like, if they can upgrade their squad depth a little bit more, they've got the Champions League. In my opinion, they can win that. In
Well,
my opinion,
there's
Real Madrid as well. Sorry, go on, go.
no. It's like you're saying with Liverpool. Liverpool and European glory go hand in hand. It wouldn't be a surprise at all. Obviously, whenever Liverpool do win the European Cup, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always an element of they are Liverpool, so they should be there because they are one of the biggest clubs in the world. In my opinion, the biggest in England. But I don't want to start that debate again. I saw the live stream of you and Gus yesterday, and I know you two were pretty adamant that United are still the biggest, so I won't touch open wounds.
I'll say this though: Liverpool are more successful. We're more globally appealing than Liverpool. That's what I will say.
I understand that, but in the metrics that matter most, Liverpool have equalled or overtaken.
Yeah, true. But in English football, if we're looking at just solely English football, forget domestic, forget European, I think United still have more trophies in terms of domestic. Because look at the FA Cup tally. I know Liverpool have more League Cups, but look at the FA Cup tally. Like, we're on top by 8 FA Cups, and they're on top in the League Cup by like what,
Accurate.
4. So
Accurate. If we discard Europe completely, Arsenal are by far and away the biggest club in London. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If my auntie had a dick, she'd be my uncle. You know.
Yeah, we are talking about the biggest club in England.
Yeah.
If we're looking at that, obviously globally, United are more appealing in terms of European success. Liverpool have that easily. They've had that long before they've equaled our league title count. They've had that long before even we overtook their league title count. So that's only right that Liverpool are more globally appealing in that sense. Obviously now, the first club that mostly comes to people's minds is it Man United, because that's what people would usually look at in terms of, like, oh, which club did you grow up supporting? There's a lot of people who grew up supporting Man United. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Global appeal. Like, that's the one thing. United could finish 15th, and we still have the poll to sign really good players. That's like the one thing that I will take personal pride in. Like,
I think the thing is,
we can still sign some of the best players in our worst period. which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I think the thing is, in Fergie's glorious years in the 90s, going into 2000, they capitalised on the global market
Yeah,
impeccably. Whereas I think with Liverpool, they're much more of a local-based club. Like they've got such a strong identity with the city that it almost feels like it's not as inclusive to a lot of fans around the world. Whereas Manchester United are, which is why I think there's such a disparity. Obviously, Liverpool are massive globally as well, but Man United are in a different league with likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona, no doubt about that. But if we want to go on to the Community Shield, I mean, where do you start? Liverpool won up within 4 minutes. Ekitike, arguably his competitive debut, finishes with aplomb, Verts assist.
yep.
Brilliant start for both the signings. And that, they're going to be so scary attacking wise. Liverpool have always been scary attacking wise, you know. But like I've seen a few highlights of their pre-season games, and I obviously saw the game yesterday. They do look suspect defensively, very suspect, which is something a lot of teams can go at. So
Liverpool.
yeah, Liverpool.
No, the things with Crystal Palace is they look so good on the counter. I said they were set up to play on the counter. They were set up to hit Liverpool on the counter. Because look at Eze, he has the pace to get in behind. I thought Frimpong did very very well defensively yesterday. By the way, very very well. I thought he was
Got a
Liverpool's
goal
man.
as well.
Crazy goal. Honestly, I was like when he put that cross, I was like that's gonna. And I was like, what the hell is that cross? And then it just goes over the keeper. I'm like, how the fuck is that gone in? I question how has that gone in? Like of all goals, expect that goes in. Like it goes over the keeper's head. I thought it was going over the goal, and it went over the keeper's head and it bounced in. I'm like, there's no way that goal just happened. I'm like, oh my days, bro. It's gonna be a long season with these guys. But Frimpong, in my opinion, was man of the match yesterday. I thought he had a solid debut for Liverpool yesterday. Solid debut for Liverpool yesterday in English football. Obviously, he's not the most he's not the best best defensive fullback out there, but I thought defensively he was solid, and the way he went forward with the ball, I think Liverpool will have Liverpool's right hand side is going to be the scariest next season. Genuinely, I think if we look at right hand side next season, yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked.
Listen,
We don't have good
there were
left.
quite a lot of good performances. There were a lot of good performers in that game.
But you mentioned Crystal Palace, right? You mentioned Crystal Palace and the Europa League um, expel. They got expelled from the Europa League. If that's what we should say. What are your thoughts on that? I just want your thoughts on the Crystal Palace, sort of, And I'll get to the comments in a bit, people. Just keep the comments coming. I'll get to your comments in a bit. Sorry, I guess. Sorry.
No, Akavin, when the news first broke out, we were talking about it, and my stance hasn't changed at all. At the end of the day, listen, I understand that the rules were in place, and Crystal Palace didn't abide by those rules in comparison to the likes of City and Girona last season. So I know in terms of the UEFA rules, they're well within their right to give Forest the Europa League place instead. But my whole point was that I think the rules need to be changed for that. Listen, the way I've interpreted it is that they would rather reward a team for finishing seventh in the Premier League than rewarding another team for winning a trophy. And let's not forget, adding context to it, Nottingham Forest threw away Champions League qualification with about 5 games to go, or even less. Crystal Palace won their first trophy in their existence, which adds to the whole nonsensical nature of this thing, in my opinion. Listen, I've read somewhere. I'm still not aware if it's 100% true, but apparently the deadline to, you know, appeal or change your ownership structure ready for the new UEFA year was in March. Crystal Palace had just progressed to the semi-final, but considering you had the likes of Man City in there, considering the likes of Nottingham Forest were in there, who were in the Champions League places, it's not as if you can just do all that and expect. It's hard a point to get across, but Crystal Palace weren't expected to win that trophy. Their owners, by an extent, were probably not expecting to win that trophy whatsoever.
Mm.
So to expect them to faff about with all that, in the hopes that they do win the first trophy in their history, I think is just way off the mark. Way off the mark.
I hear you, bro. I genuinely hear you. It's like it's a money thing. It's like because
Everything's a money thing.
all of a sudden you're having to deal with Lyon's relegation, and then you go and then that appeal is won, and then now Palace's appeal for a conference for the Europa League has been rejected, and I'm like, I don't understand this. You can't have two clubs of your own in the same league. It doesn't make sense. First and foremost, you're in Europe, right? If you own two clubs in Europe, don't be surprised if two of the same owner own clubs. How I should say, two of the same clubs. Two clubs with the same ownership. That's how I should say it. Are in the same competition. It's not. It shouldn't be a surprise. The fact that Crystal Palace have made the Europa League, I hear your point though. They weren't expected to win it. However, there should always be a case where you have to be prepared for that scenario. And Palace owners were not prepared for that scenario, and now they have to deal with the consequences. Now Palace fans have to suffer the consequences.
It is
Maybe it is a
amateur.
blessing in disguise. Maybe it is. Maybe it's there for the taking. The Conference League is there for the taking. Who knows?
Yeah, can I just point this out? This is their first time in Europe in their history.
Exactly. It's their first.
So this is massive for them either way, regardless of whether it's the Europa League or Conference League. And as you literally just said, they have a better chance of winning the Conference League anyway, with the good team that they have, with the manager they have at the helm. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But I do feel like they have been hard done by, regardless of what the rules are and how the owners ignored those rules or weren't aware of those rules.
Mm.
You know, like I said, Akavin, for me, it just boils down to it. Feel like Nottingham Forest, they finished 6th or 7th, didn't they? They're getting rewarded for that over Crystal Palace ending their 125-year trophy drought or whenever they were founded.
Yeah.
That just doesn't sit right with me. You know, and I know people are going to disagree, and obviously that's fine. You have your own opinions on it, but for me, that just you're rewarding failure more than you're rewarding success, and I think that is an introspection into a wider problem with English football, where failure is normalised and celebrated. Going back to Wenger glorifying top 4 or top 3 at the time. You know, the seeds have been planted for decades, and it's all manifested now. And this case is as an example of it.
Sorry to cut it, bro. Sorry.
It's right.
For a club like Palace, yeah, to go and win that FA Cup and to get into the Europa League is a big thing for them and their fans. It's a big thing. It's a big deal. Like Leicester City when they won the Prem, imagine UEFA said, "Oh, we can't have you in the Champions League because your club and another club have the exact same ownership." Mind you, King Power own two clubs in Europe. They own Leicester City and OH Leuven in Belgium. Imagine those two clubs were in the Champions League. Which club is going to be eliminated from Europe?
You tell me.
It's an absolute joke, bro. Like honestly, I don't understand this multi-club ownership, yeah, and you can't have them in the same competition. It really does not make sense. So what Palace's owner should have done was either sell the club or sell Lyon to someone else. Sell Palace, sell some shares in Palace, or sell Lyon, because Ineos have Nice and Man United, but they partly own Man United. They don't own Man United fully. They own Man United to 29%. So they're allowed to have the same clubs. They're not the main owners, right? They just own a few stakes in Man United. They just own part of the club. So this is what I'm trying to say. Either you sell part of Crystal Palace, and either you sell Lyon. Like you've just robbed Crystal Palace fans a memory of a lifetime. Although, albeit, they should still appreciate that they're in the Conference League because it is something that Palace fans wouldn't have dreamt of. Come the start of last season, you thought maybe they might get relegated, but oh well, they won the FA Cup. They're now in Europe. Their fans can only be thankful, but their owners decided something else, and this is why I find it to be completely and utter bullshit. Genuinely. I feel sorry for them that they weren't in a better European competition than that. But listen, be blessed. that you're gonna get to see your team in Europe, because you might not ever see it again for a long time now. So that's just my thoughts on the Crystal Palace thing. I don't know if you want to add anything more. I'll get to the comments quickly in a bit.
Well, no, I feel sorry for Palace fans because ultimately they have been robbed of playing in a higher European competition. I mean, robbed may be a bit of a stretch, considering the rules are in place and they haven't abided by those rules by definition. But still, you can't help but feel bad for them. And you know, at the end of the day, if they've won a trophy, they need to be rewarded, not penalised for it.
Exactly.
You
They
know,
should be for winning a trophy.
it's like if Nice qualified for the Champions League last year, and United had the season that they had, but you managed to win the FA Cup. I guarantee you, Manchester United would be playing in the Champions League or playing in the Europa League. Sorry, because they won the FA Cup. You know, I think it's a big club bias more than anything, and you see that all the time. But you know, moving on. You know, I just feel it's a hypocrisy with the so-called Big Six clubs and the others.
Big up to my guy Moss Sports World. We got T Bro. Make sure you guys go sub to his channel as well. Yeah, I haven't done so already. Moss Sports World. Well, Rudy's not the lads saying Gyökeres cannot score headers here. Wow, wrong, eh?
Not at all. I have no idea where you've got that from. None of us have said that. Listen,
No.
I'm so Akvin. You know, I've been so excited for this guy, the top scorer in Europe over the last 2 seasons. Granted, he scored 39 goals last year. None of those were headers, which is where the stereotype has come from. But he scored against Bilbao. Very excited, and hopefully he gets off the mark at Old Trafford, and I reckon he will.
From what I got told from people that it was Palace and Liverpool fans booing, because a lot of fans got in late and didn't know what was going on and they got booed. Oh, okay, maybe then that's the case. But even then, like, they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be
It's
doing
worst
that.
possible timing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the worst possible time. You cannot. The thing is, we'll discuss that in a bit. But it's even if you go in late, and even if the moment is happening in the moment, you cannot be booing at the time. It's disrespectful to what's going on, to what to the program that's going on, and as to what they're trying to pay tribute to. It's still disrespectful. I
From
understand
my
booing,
understanding.
but don't boo when Jota is silent. When you're doing silence for Jota, man, it's embarrassing. Sorry. Bro.
No, that's all right. From my understanding, Liverpool fans booed the national anthem, which always plays before a final at Wembley.
I
And then
understand.
Crystal Palace responded by not respecting the short style. And listen, whatever you think about it, I think there's a lot more. I think there's a lot more reason to stay silent during Jota's minute of silence than it is to hear the national anthem getting bellowed out. When there's people across England that don't have the money to start a family or feed their family, to have a aristocratic monarchy,
Yeah.
like a relic of the old colonial European period, it is outdated. The French had the right idea about 300 years ago. But we're not talking about the monarchy, we're talking about football. So anyway, I just wanted to say, like, I mean, if that comment is true, that's the worst possible timing. I must say. And I think Slot addressed it. He said, you know, sometimes fans get caught up in the moment and he doesn't have any hard feelings towards it. And that's why I love Arne Slot as a manager. He says all the right things and, you know, he's so knowledgeable of what he says, and I'd agree with what he said on that occasion.
I hear that, bro. Honestly, it's the wrong timing. Let's just be real. It's the wrong timing. Like let's just keep it respectful at times. You know, there's tributes being paid. There's people who love who love the country. They don't want any bit of criticism. They don't want a bit of shade thrown at the country, even if it's people from their own. You know, it's never a nice thing to see. You know, you always want a good peaceful atmosphere. You never want controversy. You know, especially what happened in previous football matches. I don't want to get into that just yet. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Unless they can keep Eze, Guehi, Mateta, Sar. I think they keep Mateta and Sar. Eze and Guehi are gone. I reckon that.
Fucking hope so, man.
I reckon those two are gone. So I don't think Palace will keep them, but I think Palace have a very good manager, so they can
Adapt.
definitely yeah they can definitely still adapt 100%. Couple of days we will.
Hey, nah. There's going to be no debate. It's just a preview, I guess. Yeah. And do you see how touchy he got in the last stream? Because I was rightfully criticising Manchester United for finishing
Yeah,
15th and losing a Europa League final and keeping their manager. And he starts
both
going on a rant about Arsenal, unprovoked. Hey, come on, man. I'm not having that on the
both
preview
clubs
stream. Come on.
both clubs should have the standard of you know what it should be. Like honestly, these clubs, yeah, they should pull the trigger when it's possible. Like don't let a process or something carry on, and all of a sudden you're lost. We did that with Ten Hag, gone. We did that with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, gone. Don't sack Amram too late if things go downhill. That's all I have to say.
Well,
But
I don't
we
think
are
they can get any further downhill
we are
in
going
terms
Europe.
of league position.
I don't know if I reckon we should break top 10 at best. If unless we go and get Baleba and Donnarumma, then that should be
Oh
top
no,
6.
I think you're definitely finishing in the European places. Champions League, I reckon you have a good shot at it, but I do feel like you'll ultimately fall short.
Depends.
And
I think
we've got the Premier League prediction stream coming up this week as well, so we'll get more in depth about that.
we should I think fifth place would be realistic for United if we can get those guys, like Baleba and Donnarumma.
Yeah, and
Then
knowing your luck, the coefficient will go England's way again. So.
yep, possibly. But we're not in Europe, so we have to rely on the clubs to advance far in Europe this season. So like Spurs, Chelsea,
Us.
Arsenal. Spurs. Yeah, I don't want City Liverpool to advance far. I hope we get knocked out already. But big up to you, bro. I guess big up to my guy. He could agree personal terms with Newcastle. They still haven't spoken to him yet, or he's not reaching to them. Oh, okay, fair enough. But I think way he's going to Liverpool. I'll be honest with you. You're not going to Newcastle or Liverpool. I'm sorry, you're not. As we've seen this season, only you see, bro. United have taken 3 players off Newcastle: and Buemo, Cunha, and and Sesko, all gone to Man United. All of them gone to Man United. So I'm praying now Newcastle going for Baleba, so we can go for.
I'm hoping they go for Eze so we can manage to steal them. But given this current summer window, like no matter who Newcastle are linked with, everyone's just looking the other way. And I do feel sorry for their fan base because their fan base is by far the most
Yeah,
passionate,
it's just
most loyal, the most been through the most shit,
my,
arguably, out of any set of fans in the Premier League,
yeah.
bar their rivals.
My, they
So I do feel sorry for them, and they had the season of their life last year, winning that Carabao Cup.
it's
And to go through this summer is just sad for them. But
it's
still, I hate their team. I hate their players. So fuck them.
it's the Mike Ashley effect, right? Sorry to cut it's the Mike Ashley effect, isn't it? Because when you're relieved of new owners, right? When you've let go of such a prisoner, I'll say it because he was right. He was a criminal. That guy, Mike Ashley. He was a complete criminal. I don't know how Newcastle fans were so patient. Like over the years, yeah, Newcastle have been wanting this guy out for so long, and then now you get the new owners. You should be grateful. Be grateful. I think Newcastle needed a chop and change at the board. I think the board is not as demanding as you think. Because when you had the previous board, when you had what was her name again? I literally remember. I literally forgot her
Amanda
name.
Staveley.
Amanda, yes, thank you, Amanda Staveley. Yes, when they had when Newcastle had her as the board, I remember them getting Tonali, Guimaraes. They got Isak. Go look at the players that Newcastle signed compared to now. They're not getting anyone because of the lack of ambition of the board. I think that's one big thing. So it's Guehi's last year. So I think he's going to go Liverpool. The greatest window in the Premier League history, perhaps. Yes, I think so. On paper, yes.
Well,
We can't.
it.
We can't say, sorry. Go on, go on.
Oh no, carry on, carry on.
No. I was just gonna say like this could be the greatest transfer window if they had in Premier League history. If they can get over the line in the title, if they can get the title over the line, then that's definitely the greatest Premier League window in their history.
Well,
Sorry.
that's what I was going to say. How do you measure Liverpool's greatest window in Premier League history? I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know what they're going to win this season or in the next 5. So we don't know how the transfer window is going to rate. I will say I think the summer of 2018 is probably their best one in Premier League history. Bringing the likes of Fabinho, Alisson, and Van Dijk was in January earlier that year. Um, who's the other one? Might have been the summer before actually, with the likes of Robertson coming in, and my knowledge on Liverpool isn't too good, but
I think that you're right. It was the 17-18 transfer window that I think Liverpool had was the next
Salah obviously. So
the Salah one. I think they signed Mane the year before as well, and then they signed Van
oh,
Dijk.
they had quite a good few transfer windows, summer windows under Klopp. To be honest,
Yep, 100%, bro. 100%.
might be the summer of 2016 actually, with likes of Mane and Wijnaldum coming in.
I don't know because that didn't make them completely like that. That didn't completely change them. What
Yeah, good point.
the year after when they brought Salah in, when they brought who else did they bring in? Robertson, I think
Robertson,
they brought in like the likes of, because don't forget they also brought the year after they brought Alisson, Fabinho, they brought in
Keita.
Keita. So they brought in so many good players that year. So Liverpool have had really good transfer windows in the past, but this on paper might just be one of the up there with one of the best. And Bush Baptiste here says this: I haven't known the
Keywords on
window
paper.
Liverpool. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, keywords being on paper or key phrase on this channel here.
As of right now, we can only say it's on paper because we have not seen anything yet in the league. This league hasn't started yet. So once the league starts, we'll then be able to judge. I haven't known a window like this for Liverpool going back to the year we brought Barnes, Bardsley, and Aldridge. It's amazing. It's better than that.
Bush. Is that the summer of 1988?
The year Liverpool bought John Barnes.
Yeah, because I think they brought him from Watford. I think he took Watford to the FA Cup semi-finals,
Right.
which is where he became a household name in England. And
John Barnes.
I'm glad we've got a Liverpool fan that knows history, though. You know,
Oh yeah,
that's brilliant.
Of course. United bigger, Liverpool better. Yeah, you could. We could settle it like that. That's what we could do. That's what we could settle it as.
Well, I agree to disagree, man.
Agree to disagree. United just need to have faith in their striker as well. Instead of bypassing the striker, now Bruno and the others must pass to him. I agree. I think Sesko. I think Josh has spoken on Sesko many times. I think Sesko is someone who's obviously as a good striker of the ball. He's got a good strike at the ball. So hopefully we can provide him. Hopefully he can score bags of goals for us because we need to score goals. And Wemo, Cunha, and Sesko, I need that front three to start scoring bags of goals for us, and the midfield needs to turn up as well. So
Ackerman, obviously, Sesko has all the capabilities in order to be a top player, a top striker. But it's the mentality where I worry. He refused to go to Arsenal last summer, documented by multiple sources, because he was afraid of competing with Kai Havertz. Now, come on. I don't want to take the piss out of United for signing him or whatever, but genuinely, that is concerning, surely.
I think Arteta told him that he had to compete with Kai Havertz, to be fair. So.
He probably fucking did, didn't he? Oh, no. I don't want to think about it. But I'd rather Gyökeres anyway because he's the top scorer in Europe over the last 2 seasons. But it's not a competition, but Arsenal were after those two, and I would have picked Gyökeres, so I'm happy we've got him so far.
And don't be surprised if he scores a lot of headers this year. Saka's going to put in a lot of crosses for him, and he's going to score a lot of headers.
All our players are going to put in a lot of crosses. That's our only way of getting the ball into the box.
So, how about you guys getting that left winger in?
No, trust me, we're sticking it out with Madueke. And it's going to be a 6th season without trophies. I cannot wait. The same shit 6 years running. Can't wait. Can't wait, though.
I feel your pain, bro. Genuinely. Bigger by definition is about size, revenue, and support. Reach, revenue, and support. Success is an integral part of that, but it isn't the be-all, end-all. Wrexham is bigger than most championship clubs, but definitions. Or by definitions, means. I wouldn't say Wrexham is bigger than most championship clubs.
They're not. I understand what it means though, because they're the most popular.
Yeah,
and I think that's the main argument, obviously. And listen, size, reach, revenue, support. I understand all that, but in the metrics that actually matter, Liverpool have equalled or overtaking United. And I'm not trying to wind you up, but genuinely, you look at the trophies. I think Liverpool are either 1 trophy ahead or you're equal. They've equaled you on league titles, and it's safe to say they're going to get to title 21 before you.
But they have more European success. That's why I say they're more successful, anyways.
Yeah, well, they have double your European cups, but I'm an Arsenal fan. I can't talk about Europe.
Talking it's solely domestic, United have more because United have more FA Cups than Liverpool have League Cups compared to us. You know what I'm trying to say? We
Yeah,
have the same league titles, but the FA Cup, the FA Cup, what's it called? The gap and the gap from us and Liverpool in the FA Cup in the FA Cup is more than the gap from us to Liverpool in the League Cup. So that's what I think.
yeah, and obviously I think you've got about 23 community shields as well.
Yeah,
So
I'm already kind of community shields like that, but I'm talking about like just the main three trophies. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
Like United, Liverpool. I think United will have more trophies domestically, but Liverpool, they're the bigger club in terms of success. We're the bigger club in terms of money, um, like global reach. I'd say better marketing and more fans. That's all. But success, that's gone to Liverpool now. So that can change. But big up to my guy Khan. Hope you well, bro. Is us getting players late in the window unavoidable? No,
listen,
no.
I want to cite that live stream yesterday as well. I think Agastia did actually make a good point in terms of that. If United were that serious and that hurt by Liverpool equaling their title record, the likes of Mbeumo and Sesko and maybe Donnarumma, maybe Baleba, they would have been done at the same time as Kenya. Straight in there. And he would sign more players as well as to replace the squad.
Mm.
I agree. I did agree with Agastia on that one. I think that's a brilliant point he made there. If United were that serious about Liverpool regaining their perch in English football, these signings would have been done a lot quicker. So I think King Kong points out a good issue there.
I just don't like the late business though. Let's just be honest. I don't like it. I think you know what it is, bro. I'm more the type of person who wants to get business done before the season starts, get everything done before preseason starts, so we can actually implement everything. We can actually get players fit for preseason, get fit for the season. Because I don't even know if Sesko's going to start this weekend. I don't think Sesko's going to start this weekend. He might not. He might do. He might not. It depends on the training sessions he has this week because he has a whole week to train. So I think he definitely has time, but I don't think I'm not sure the match fitness will be there. That's my only concern. And we still need to bring in a midfielder and a goalkeeper in. So hopefully Donnarumma, if we can get him in, bro, I'll be gassed. That's the one thing that I need. We need a goalkeeper, and we need to try and get Baleba in this year. Because you know why we need to get Baleba? If we get him now, next season, you know how many clubs are going to go in for him, especially with the demand and the price decrease. You know next season's going to be hell, battling with clubs. City are going to be in for him. Liverpool might be in for him. Who knows? Real Madrid might come knocking. You never know because they went and signed Dean Howson. So you just never know. So that's what I'm trying to say. Get him now, so next year we can ward off other clubs when the price is so high. Because next year when the price has gone down, it's gonna be a lot harder to get him with the demand and the battling of other clubs. So that's just my take on that. How bad is it? Players not trained up for the first games of the season. It's bad, bro. I don't like it. I want Sesko to play, but do I think he'll play? I don't know. So we'll see about that. Until this season, Liverpool did not spend massively. Yeah, Liverpool saved up a lot. They've saved up a lot of money. Last year they only spent like 13 million, and they signed Mamardashvili, but then they sent him back to Valencia on loan. So Liverpool have spent well, man. They've saved up the money for the season, and look at them now. That's why they've done bits, and they won the league. That's the most ideal scenario for them. The fact that they've won the league and they've gone and spent this amount of money, this shows you how serious they are right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And
But
obviously they're going all out for attacking reinforcements because they have got rid of the likes of Diaz and Nunes, who I didn't rate. And obviously what happened with Jota, God rest his soul. Like, you couldn't have predicted that as well, so they need someone else. But like I said earlier, I think they need Gehi just as much as they need Isak at the minute because they do look very suspect defensively.
yeah, I think if they get Isak over the line, that's them, like definitely up there for the title. What's so great? Even actually, fairly, even without Isak, I still expect them to win the league. I still expect them to win because obviously, like if you look at what's it called? if you look at the attack Liverpool have, Ekitike, they've got Salah. Like they can if they get Gakpo up and running. Um, Midfield, one of the best midfields in the league. Verts, Gravenberch, McAllister, even Soboslai. Fullback, they got Frimpong. They've got Kirkes. So Liverpool, they've done well in that department. They've done very, very well. What's so great about Ekitike is numbers on crazy defenders with games to be able to frustrate him. I think he's got pace. That's the one thing, the pace, and he's got the dribbling. That's the
Well, I
one thing.
think you see some of his highlights on the community field, and that's what you pay the big bucks for.
One
I mean, that
against
finish,
Bilbao as well. Don't forget Liverpool versus
exactly.
Bilbao. The highlight against Bilbao. Sorry,
And listen, people were saying the same thing about Isak at Real Sociedad, and look what he's managed to do at Newcastle since. Like, I think players fitting into certain environments, into certain systems, not to sound like a tactico, but you know what I mean. Different managers have different ways of playing, and at the moment, it looks as if Ekitike fits on a slot system very well.
yeah, that's fair. Um, Liverpool have only bought one player this transfer window, and with sales, it means we are in profit. Liverpool only bought a ticket since the 1st of August. So you talk about the first of. So you talking about before 1st of July, like I mentioned about Cunha. Liverpool have only signed Kirkes, Frimpong, and Verts before July. So this season they've only signed Ekitike. That's that's actually correct. Remember I told you in Cameron on chat. Remember I
Yeah,
told you, and Cameron
I remember that. Yeah.
refused to believe me. There you go, Cameron. There you go, my friend. Thank you, Bush Baptiste, for clearing the air. Thank you for clearing the air, my bro. Big up to Don C every single time. Make sure you guys go sub to his new channel. It's at Donversation TV. Go and sub to his channel, people. He's gonna be on Don C. I'm bringing you on the 3x3 Man United Arsenal or 4x4 Man United Arsenal preview this week. So please, if you're free, hop on the channel, bro. Hop on the channel, man. Josh is gonna be there, and his two other mates will be there. You will be there, and me and three other United fans will be on. It'll be a
I'll just
4x4.
say, if there's anyone in chat that hasn't listened to Don C before, go and listen to him. Because if you think I know what I'm talking about regarding Arsenal, he's spot on all the time. All the time.
100%. With Sesko and Buemo, Cunha, and Baleba, how strong is the squad, and what goalie can should we get? Donnarumma. Donnarumma is literally available right now, but we literally need to go and get him. Literally the best goalkeeper right now. 26 million, bro. Go and get him.
Why are PSG getting rid of him?
I think they
Or does he want to leave?
falling
Sure.
out. I think it was a falling out between him and the board. I think that's what it was. I don't think they agreed on a new contract. It was the contractual agreement. I think they disagreed on the contract. I think they signed the Lucas Chevalier, young French keeper. So they've kind of replaced him already in that sense.
Big club moves.
I know. Conference League is a bit of a joke, but listen, at the end of the day, you only got to win when you got to win. So if Palace can win that Conference League, big up to them, because Oliver Glasner won the Europa League with Frankfurt. So if they can win the Conference League, it's a big deal for Palace. It's a huge deal for Crystal Palace, and that'll be the third English club to win the Conference League in the space of 4 years, because the Conference League was introduced in 2021, 22, yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
I remember that, and Conte and Spurs decided we're going to leave it because we don't have enough players to compete. They had the chance to win that Conference League, man. They literally had, and they blew it. Shame about the Tottenham.
Well, I mean, Europa League is more prestigious, to be fair. So you could argue it works out in the end.
He's back. I owned you twice
He's back.
right after you commented, but no response. I reckon that's more
Oh
telling.
no, none of this owning bollocks. You completely went after Arsenal out of nowhere, Gus, and that's my point there. Anyway, moving on.
Don't write off Chelsea and Arsenal window. Yeah, this is a good point. Arsenal still have more to do. I think Arsenal still have more to do, bro.
Trust me, monkey. Write Arsenal off, man. Honestly, it's going to be. Listen, I don't want to get into this again. It's just going to be the same old crap. It's the point I keep making. It's the point Monkey has heard me say for the last God knows how many streams. It's going to be the same old crap. Moving on. No Arsenal talk, please. We'll focus on Chelsea on this bit.
Let me have a look at Miguel Delaney as Sankit saying, "Big up to Sankit. Hope you're well, bro. Big up to you, bro. Big up to my guy." Buying Van Dijk and Allison made them win. Yeah, Liverpool, exactly. Yes, I agree, 100%, 100%.
What's Delaney say?
Nah, he's just saying that there's an article on Baleba and Donnarumma as of right now, Miguel Delaney, but I'm not really sure how true he is. I mean, I'm not sure if he's a reliable source. I've seen his quotes, I've seen his tweets all over, but I've not really read into obviously his tweets and everything too much. This guy.
He's back again.
The argument about definitions is, the arguments about definitions is semantics. You're right. Success is the currency of sport. Period. Liverpool are better, the greater club, the best ever in England. This is irrefutable. You're not wrong, but Liverpool, they've overtaken us on success, and it's hard to argue against that, really, truly, isn't it? It's hard to argue against that fact. My question to the Arsenal fans is Josh. It's Josh. If Arteta doesn't win a single trophy this season, do you want in favor of sacking, and which manager do you want as replacement? He's been this guy is purely Arteta out, by the way. Been Arteta out for 5 years now. So
since Arsenal lost at home to Burnley in December 2020. Now, obviously, in 2022-23, things were looking all positive and rosy, but I kept saying to people, everyone I was speaking to about football, they were like, oh, wow, are Arsenal going to win the league? And I kept saying, once Partey gets his inevitable injury, we'll crumble. It didn't turn out like that. We crumbled anyway. But, Sanka, I've always, since Arsenal lost at home to Burnley, I haven't wanted Arteta in for sure. And I said that last season was his last chance. He failed to deliver. He's got to go. And who would I replace him with at the end of the day? I don't know. That's not my job. But just a manager that's got a proven track record. And I don't mean someone like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that won titles in Norway. I mean who's done it on the biggest stage. So there's my answer to
that. We have Arsenal in 6 days. Yep, we're going to do a preview in a few days as well. We're going to do a preview in a couple of days, so tune into that. Donnarumma is a great goalkeeper, but he was bad influence on the team. He left AC Milan and joined PSG, and doing the same thing with PSG, I think create chaos in the club. What do you think of this? What do you think of Donnarumma?
Well, Manchester United are in a constant state of chaos anyway. You see the dressing room leaks, you see the players falling out, you see the manager falling out with the players. I think you sent me earlier today a picture of Garnacho vaping or getting another tattoo. I mean, honestly, I think Donnarumma will suit that dressing room to a T. Because since Ferguson's left, that dressing room has been an absolute disgrace, and it's not going to change anytime soon until a huge cultural reset happens at that club.
Agreed, 100%.
So I think Donnarumma and Manchester United, if you're talking about chaos, it goes hand in hand.
But what do you think of him as a goalkeeper? Do you think he would change a lot of United?
Well, personally, I don't like him because he saved Saka's penalty in the Euros final. and he stopped Arsenal from scoring the goals we needed in the Champions League semi-final last year. But there's no doubt he's a brilliant goalkeeper. Fantastic. And he will elevate Manchester United. You'll finish higher than 15th, let's put it that way, with him between the sticks. Onana is absolutely useless, and Bayende, barring one performance against Arsenal, funnily enough, hasn't done anything either. So massive, massive upgrade. Like I said, when the Emi Martinez rumours broke out regarding a link to Manchester United, I said you need to be all over that. I think he's an incredibly overrated goalkeeper, but he's still better than what you've got. But compared to Donnarumma, for me, one of the best in the business. You need to get him. Hopefully you don't, obviously, but you need him. You know what I mean?
I would love him in a goal, man. We need a new fresh player in between the six because, bro, I'm tired of Onana, man. I am genuinely tired of under Onana and net. So I want him
to start on Sunday. I need him to start on Sunday. I need that Gyökeres debut goal.
He's not going to start. He's not fit. So I think it'll be by India and goal.
Part 2 of his heroics. I can't wait.
His heroics, yeah. The Brights and the Brentfords will now produce many Balebas for next season and for the future. Yeah, but big up to Lumen, big up to you, bro. Yeah, Brighton are very good at scouting players, though, aren't they, Josh?
Well, of course. I think I think Brighton are quite quote unquote revolutionary in terms of their recruitment because their recruitment and the players they decide to choose are purely based on analytical, quantifiable, statistical data. And no other club has really put in that much effort into a player's statistics, like all across the board, like Brighton have. Which is why they constantly find hits for such cheap prices and sell them for such massive profits. Now, obviously, football is a business now, and Brighton are the best at it. But in terms of obviously winning stuff, I mean, Brighton are going to get nowhere if they don't hold on to their talent.
They're a stepping stone for a lot of players, isn't it? Like in terms of like.
Oh yeah, I mean, trust me, I've seen. You know, I'm a match day steward at the Brighton Stadium. I've seen Belabor plenty of times. He'll do very well for Manchester United. I'll tell you that much. He'll be your Caicedo. And don't be surprised if Brighton holds out for a bigger price than they did for Caicedo either.
Under 4 million is apparently the asking price at the moment. Like they want under 4 million. Like I said, if Man United could save up as much and go and get him, because we've already spent a lot on Embuemo and Sesko. If we can get what do you call it? If we can get Baleba, then I'd be like, we need to get him now. We need to get him now because, like I said, next season the demand for him, the clubs that are going to go in for him, bro, we're going to struggle to compete with those clubs. Liverpool might go in for him. Like I said, Real Madrid might go in for him. City might go in for him. Chelsea might even say, "Do you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna sell Lavia and go get Baleba." How much of an upgrade would that be for Chelsea? So this is why I'm saying we need to go get him now, while the price is still high. Because when it's low next year, yeah, good luck going into a dogfight with these guys. That's all I gotta say. Even Arsenal could get him for God's sake. Trust me. You just never know. You guys signed Declan Rice for like what 100 million. Arsenal is the type of club to not be scared and spend money now. I think you guys are spending money like as if you're not worried anymore. That's one thing I can say about Arsenal. At least in the transfer window, you're more ambitious than you were before. 100%. That's what I think for sure.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Big up to you, Boston Blue. Big up to you, bro. Big up, chat. Rick Brothers. Had a very long day. Uni killed me. Jim added in something.
It does, man.
Yes, bro. I know, and he got his license as well.
Good man.
Cristiano bought. Goddamn. Yeah, Ronaldo proposed to Georgina.
Did he?
Yeah, official.
Hasn't he scored 3 times in the last 2 games as well?
5.
Yeah, the hat trick, didn't he?
5 goals in 2 games. Listen, that's my goal right there. You know what I mean? 5 goals in 2 games, and now he's proposing to his girlfriend. Listen, people might think it's his wife. It's not his wife. It's his girlfriend. It's been his girlfriend. He's not been married this whole time. He's gonna get married soon. So I think that just tells you retirement is near, and that just breaks my heart. You know, when you know your favorite players gonna set into the sun soon. So hopefully, you never know, man. I can only pray next year, 2026. You already know what I'm talking about. We can only pray. Donnarumma's going to cost a bomb in wages. What message is that going to send to our attackers? Plus, if he's so good, why do PSG think he's not good enough to be number one? I think because they fell out with him. I think it's because he fell out with the board. They didn't agree on some things. They didn't agree on some terms. I think the wage demands maybe could be an issue. But listen, if Man United are willing to offer the money, pay it because he's a top quality goalkeeper. It changes everything when he's in goal. Because when you have Onana in net, you're insecure. You're almost like, oh no, Onana's in goal. What are we gonna do? At least with Donnarumma in goal, I'm a bit more like, you know what? We have a good keeper in there. There won't be too many blunders like Onana. You know what I mean? At least I hope so. At least I hope so.
Well, in theory, not at all.
Yeah, in theory, yeah. Donnarumma asking for a lot of wages. Yeah, he wants 300k minimum. Exactly.
I know, yeah, 300k is absolutely insane, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is Manchester United he's negotiating with. You know, there's a select few clubs that would be willing to pay those wages, and Manchester United is certainly one of them. So I don't blame him at all. Get the bag, mate.
Palace with more trophies than facing Arteta.
You know, Glasnow's one Community Shield away from equaling him.
Yep.
Actually, no, he's a more successful manager because he actually won the Europa League as well. Fuck me.
Exactly. He's already more successful. So yeah. Trust me, Monkey caught me way off guard. What do you mean? What does he mean?
Oh, I was Monkey D. Luffy, one of his live
Oh,
chats.
yeah.
He's trying to create shit in the chat. He's an absolute menace. Okay.
This guy, man. Arsenal play well against Bilbao. If Arteta doesn't do something stupid, Arsenal are scary to face. They are. They are. But they have,
Well,
they have to
we have been scary to face for about 3 years, but when it comes to April time, we're scary to watch for
be.
our own fans. So, you know what I mean?
That is so true. That is genuinely so true. Like honestly, when I remember that 2022 title race, man. Like you guys were shitting your pants against Brighton, Forest, all these teams, man. Like it
Not
shouldn't
even
happen.
that. No, no, no. April 2023. Never take me back to that time. Just, I'm not even going to go over the results of that month.
Yeah, that's
Just,
fair.
we'll just.
Man, damn, bless up. Big up to you, Rasta Stocks. Make sure you guys go sub to Rasta. He's literally 2 subs away from 950 subs, guys. Go sub to Rasta's channel, Rasta Stocks. Big up to you, bro. It's at Rasta Stocks 2654. And yes, Rasta, I do remember the numbers because I literally have to put in your at every single stream. It's like easy to memorize now. So
Wait,
it's
is Rasta coming on for the preview?
I'll try and bring him on. I'll try and bring him on.
Yeah. Depends on like work and everything for a lot of the people with that.
Ekman bro, mad stuff. I was telling King about my FIFA career mode with United, and King said, "Get Baleba." Bro, ask King what the lotto numbers are. I will do. King is an absolute legend for obviously for saying that, man. Obviously, man's a Baleba, not word for Baleba. Listen, when that Ornstein bomber happened, I was like, no way. Are we actually gonna go for Baleba now? I was like, yeah, no. This has been a crazy week for United. I was like weeks ago. I was so miserable. No news, nothing. We hadn't even got Mbuemo over the line. We hadn't even made a bid for him. Now we got Mbuemo over the line. Sesko over the line. We're gonna go in for Baleba, hopefully. Listen, I can only pray that happens. Thank you for the kind words. If Josh is there, I'm there. And come the weekend, I hate all of you United fans. But until the weekend, big up, bro. Until then, big up, bro. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Don T. Make sure you guys go sub to his channel, though. It's Donversation TV. Go follow him, people. Go follow him. Hate us because you ain't us.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind 3 European Cups in the cabinet.
Yeah.
I can't lie. And yeah, I do hate Manchester United, but well, I mean, not as much as I would because I got into football in 2014, which is when United started being poor. I mean, if I was getting into football at an earlier age, yeah, I'd hate you a lot more. But I already hate you enough. Obviously, I know a lot of United fans, very chill people. Some of them a bit deluded, but the likes of Ackerman, brilliant. So, Manchester United are bearable.
They are bearable. Like fans like me, fans
Well,
like
as long as
us.
you keep finishing 15th, you're bearable. You know what I mean? So,
Nah,
but
even
don't break Tottenham trophy droughts for fuck's sake. That's why we gave Liverpool their 20th, so you could do that.
only in return that happens.
Yeah.
Wishes of you to a Zoom cam will show up. Bro, it's been missing since Dan Evans beat Djokovic at Wimbledon. Shows up less than Thierry Henry in major finals here. Bro, the fact that he even mentioned Dan Evans in the same sentence as Novak Djokovic, even Josh could tell you that is fucking delicious.
I think it's purely British bias from Canada. At the end of the day, defend your country, man. But yeah, don't go too far with it.
He got smoked by Djokovic in that game. In 3 straight sets. Even keeping Dean Henderson, bro, we had so many passes of success, and we just can't open the right door. I think Dean Henderson had a bit of an attitude issue at United. I think if I recall, I think he had some bit of an attitude. Sorry, what are you saying?
So no, Boss of Blue. That is a wonderful quote. If you go back quickly, that's my feelings towards Arsenal Football Club in a nutshell. So many pathways to success, and we can't open the right door, or we refuse to open the right door. That is perfect. I'm going to go back to 59 minutes on this stream, screenshot that exact quote, and I'm going to put that in my next headline.
Sure.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Bro, I can't lie though. I agree with him so much, bro. Like, I can go.
That is poetic, honestly. That is Shakespearean level stuff.
I can go back years, bro. Years about we just never opened the right door. It's been going on for so many years, man. Trust me. I just don't know, man. It sucks, man. Sometimes you're so close, but you get so far. You know. I think we get it with a draw. Even beating Arsenal on the first day, if we prioritize the keeper, 100% of the blame with it, but how can we go into another season with the spaghetti arm fraud? Nah, Boston Blue, you're hilarious, bro. Marriage, big mistake. You can divorce and damage him now. Nah, Georgina's not the type of person to do that.
Can you damage Ronaldo in terms of his bank balance, in terms of his reputation? No, I don't think.
Nope. Look at how much he's making per second. Literally. Drops €1
I wouldn't
coin,
mind a bit of that.
makes thousands in like a few seconds, literally.
Wouldn't mind
But
a bit of that myself.
same. Would love that. Bro, the difference between Donna and our current one, Champions League finalist, Champions League winner. Agreed. That's
Good.
true. That is true. That is true. Donna,
Onana didn't play badly in that final.
He did. That's what we got fooled by. I said, "Yo, we're gonna go and sign him." We got fooled by that performance and we signed him. So listen, I can only blame Man United for that. We always fall for one bit of PR, one bit of cameo, and that's our man, literally. Yes, Don's a big upgrade. Our attackers would be pissed getting paid less than a goalie though. Nah,
I don't know about that. I mean, you've got a whole new front line, haven't you? So I don't know if they'll be kicking up a fuss straight away.
Donnarumma, Champions League winners. I mean, can you really blame them for being highly paid? Look at what they've done in their careers. You know what I mean? I mean, Sesko literally cut his wages to join Man United, bro. Literally cut his wages to join Man United. He literally halved his wages to join Man United. He said, "Fuck Newcastle's offer. I'm gonna go take Man United's offer." So listen, I can only hope that our players are willing to fight for this club now, willing to fight for the badge now. That's all I ask for as a United fan. I want my players to give 110% every single game and to go for the win. As a Man United fan, my only aim is success and win and victories, pretty much. You know what I love though. You see United striking these deals, Arsenal and Chelsea and all that nonsense, or biggest club next to Madrid. I wouldn't say biggest club next to Madrid. I'd say Barca bigger than us still. I'd say Barca bigger than us, and yeah, maybe AC Milan. Maybe AC Milan. I don't know about Bayern Munich. Actually,
Liverpool, in my opinion.
Maybe Bayern Munich. Maybe Bayern Munich. You could say
But no.
the way they're acting compared to us. We don't act like a big club compared to Liverpool. But you'd be right in that sense. Sorry for going on.
No. There's no doubt that apart from Real Madrid and maybe Barcelona, Manchester United have by far got the biggest reach out of any football club in the world. There's no. I mean, at the end of the day, that's partly why you can spend so much money this winter, because you make so much revenue.
You think Bayern are bigger than Man United?
What, me?
Yeah.
They got 6 European Cups. I don't know. I mean, I think Manchester United are a much bigger global brand, but it's like I say with Liverpool. I mean, is it fair to compare Bundesliga titles to Premier League titles? I'm not too sure, because in England, it's a much more even disparity than the likes of Spain and Germany. But
I don't know about that. At the end of the day, look at Bayern Munich. They've dominated Europe for a long time. They've dominated a lot of Europe at times. So it's hard to say. It's hard to take away the Bundesliga. It's hard to look past the Bundesliga. So
I mean, put it this way: I think Celtic have the most league titles in Western Europe. Are they considered the biggest club in Europe? Not at all. So I think there's you do have to factor in I don't know how to explain it. It's basically league titles are a lot more spread out across clubs in England than they are in other European countries, if you know what I mean.
Agreed. It's more spread out. It's more like diverse. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because we used to be able to get players without preseason, and Sir Alex Ferguson would make them hit the ground running, so our system is not normal. Yeah, that is true as well. When we used to have a serious manager like Fergie, that's when you knew United were like, okay, we can get anyone in at any time, and we're already challenging for the Prem. Next thing you know, United are on top of the Prem. That's what I really miss. I miss my club being the most serious. I miss my club being an elite level standard. Because without serious managers like Fergie, United wouldn't be a serious club. We're now trusting processes, progresses, and all that crap. We used to be able to hit the. We used to be able to say, all right, next year our goal is to win the Prem. We lost the last one. We're gonna go win it again next year. I miss those days, man. I miss the days of my club being an elite level standard. I miss my club being being serious, man, and having high standards. That's all I can say, really. You know what I mean? Brothers journalism degrees ain't it for me. To look pretty. Fabrizio and I are gonna tango one day.
He
Josh
does
is
it.
doing journalism. Josh is doing journalism.
Me versus the boss.
He can help you with journalism, bro. Josh is doing.
Oh no, I can't. I think I'd need help from the boss of Blue. Mate, honestly, yeah. I mean, I managed to make it to third year, but I failed 4 out of my 6 exams for the NCTJ diploma.
That's fine, bro. Don't worry about failing, man. It's about picking yourself back up.
Yeah, I mean, look at my manager. He's failed countless times and he's still in a job. So hopefully the same thing happens to me. You know what I mean?
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
You don't have a manager. Your manager is your brain. Your manager is your brain.
Well,
At the end of the day, if you fail, pick yourself back up and keep going. That's all I can say.
I feel like I'm Rocky Balboa.
That's good because wages. He joined the club offering less wages. Yeah, that's what I meant. He was joining. He was joining a club offering lesser wages. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Wait, how much will Newcastle offer him compared to United?
I think they were offering around 250K, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I think United offer like about. I think Newcastle offered like what 210. I think United offering 180. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how much, but that's what I assume. It's almost just like Fabrizio Romano mentions Man United's wages every single time on his post, but when it comes to other clubs, he doesn't mention anyone else's wages. It's only Man United he mentions. You know what I mean?
You're not bankrolling him like Liverpool now. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of conspiracy, you know.
Liverpool will be in the conversation. They are in the conversation for sure. Liverpool are in the conversation. Barca isn't the beginning while they stop frauding referees. True. They need to stop frauding referees, but they're still a massive club regardless. Bayern doesn't have the same fame as Man U. What other clubs cannot win Prems and UCLs for so long and still be this big? Well, Bayern is still winning. That's the difference. And we're in the mud.
Well, Barcelona haven't won the Champions League for 10 years. Yeah. And they're still absolutely massive fan base, massive revenue, massive global reach, and what have you. So, I mean, it's only a select few clubs that can do that, but Manchester United is certainly one of them.
Newcastle for 200K plus. Yeah, exactly. Big up to Arian, big up to my bro every single time. Big up to you, bro. Hope you're enjoying your holiday, man. Ball recognized, game recognized, game. You got the mind writing script like a super avatar.
Thank you very much.
Even
might be useful.
Champions League on the table. Does your opinion hold with the Champions League on the table? I think it's talking to you, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, man. I think we live in a free country. We have free speech. That's my defence. I haven't got anything else.
FB, FA Cup, UCL. Okay, fair enough. That's what you're going to measure it as. I actually have a question for Josh. What if Arteta wins the Prem this season and falls off next season? Even if Arteta does your opinion still hold with the Prem on the table? Even deeper, does your opinion hold with the Champions League on the table?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Listen, if he wins the Premier League this season, which isn't going to happen, you can clip that however many ways you want. It's not going to happen. If he manages to do it, yeah. And if he doesn't win anything the next season, he's proven that he can get over the line. So yeah, I'd give him another season afterwards. Better yet, with the Champions League on the table. I mean, this club hasn't managed to do that for the last 139 years or however long we've existed. So I'm going to let him off for one poor season after that. But ultimately, it is about winning. And if you're taking too long to win trophies like he has done, you've got to get out. Simple.
So, of course, the main name of the sport is to win. And if he wins, you're only going to give credit. It's hard to knock him past him. You know what I mean? Even if I was pure Ole out, yeah. But if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had won us an FA Cup or a League Cup, I'd be like, you know what? Fair enough. I'm not going to knock him past him. He did it for us. I'll give him more time. Because I was willing to give him more time. Had he won that Europa League, I'd have been like, you know what? I'll give you another season. Fair enough. Because you were on top for some time. Yes, we threw it away, but you at least redeemed it with the trophy. I was pissed off at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for getting second all the time, for getting third, but we kept bottling semifinals. We kept losing FA Cup semifinals. We kept losing League Cup semifinals. and such and such. And we lost the Europa League final. So I'm like, oh my days, bro, what are we gonna do now? I mean, what are we gonna do now? Having more fans doesn't make the club bigger. Yeah, that is true. But at the same time, I think I look at more global reach marketing as well, financial. I look at all that as well. So yeah. So given how strong is our squad now with and without Baleba? With Baleba, we should be at least top six, top seven. If without if sorry, excuse me, without Baleba, top six, fuck, top 10. With Baleba, top seven, top eight. We just need a top quality goalkeeper now. But we're gonna move on, bro. And we did talk about transfers already. I think a little bit.
Quite a
The
bit.
classless football fans.
I think this is inspired by obviously what happened in the Community Shield regarding the booing of Jota's anthem. Now, listen, I don't know for sure what happened, right? So I think a comment earlier in the stream said that fans were booing other fans that got there too late. But it did seem as if when I was watching it live on there that they were booing the Jota minute silence. And earlier, Liverpool were booing the national anthem. So I don't really know where to start. Obviously, it's controversial. You should never, you shouldn't boo. I mean, we've pretty much discussed this earlier in terms of this particular incident. But it's the worst possible timing if you are booing fans for arriving late, considering it is honouring a man and his brother's life. So, and I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter or X. Fans talking about, typical Scousers, they're angry that Shota's minute silence got disrupted. But, they were willing to boo the national anthem and all that. That's all a load of rubbish. That's all social media talk. Just the minute silence for Jota, that should be honoured, in my opinion. Booing the national anthem, that's, we live in a free country. And I said that previously. I'm going to let you touch on it because I don't really know where to go. It's a pretty controversial topic to discuss, but in my personal opinion,
I can go off topic and talk about culture in other countries as well. And this is not me targeting a group of people from certain countries, but I'm talking about foreigners when they travel. There's certain laws you have to abide. You have to follow, and people just don't want to do that because they think, oh, you're in another country, you can do whatever you like. No, you have to respect the people and you have to respect the laws and the way of living for other people. The culture.
Funny you say that, actually.
Yeah.
I was just gonna quickly say, like, that is completely true what you said. Because you see often in England when Italian teams come over to play in England, there's a lot of stuff going on in regards to police and whatnot. And I'm not having to go at Italian fans are notoriously passionate and willing to die for their club, so to speak. So obviously you are more wary of them. I was at Brighton played Wolfsburg in a friendly. For the age of drinking in Germany is 16. It's 18 in the UK. In Germany, you're allowed to drink and smoke while like sitting down and watching the game. In England, you can't do that. We had to eject quite a lot of people, quite a lot of German Wolfsburg fans, for drinking while sitting down or for trying to light up a fag while queuing up for the kiosks and whatnot.
Right.
So it is true. A lot of fans, like you say, so-called foreign fans, they don't abide by the rules, whether that's intentional or unintentional. At the end of the day, it's still a problem. But I'll let you carry on with your point. I just wanted to say it is very common, especially for teams playing in Europe.
If you have more to say, please say more, bro.
Well, no, I just wanted to say what you said there was completely true. I mean, there were a lot of under 18s. There were a lot of under 18s drinking.
Yeah.
And obviously in the UK, that's illegal to get served when you're under 18. But in Germany, as long as you're 16 and over, you can drink. There are a lot
Yeah.
of 17-year-olds that were drinking that had to be escorted out. You know, at the end of the day, it might not be fair, but at the end of the day, you're out of country. You abide by their rules and their laws. Simple.
It's more to do with like I hate to bring alcohol into this, but the alcohol consumption before a game by people, you know the first thing they do is when they reach their destination, the first thing they do is find a local pub. They're there from 6 a.m., 7 a.m. drinking, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, they're at a game causing violence for the fans. Yes, I understand banter. I understand chanting banter. That's completely funny. That's understandable. Like the other day, I saw online some Bolton fans are making fun of a fat guy, I'm sure you've seen it, right? I was like the away days posted it. I was like, you know what? You can accept that type of banter. That's at least, you know what? Fine. That's a good humor in football matches. But once you start saying vile things like, oh, like Liverpool fans, United fans start talking about '97, or you want to talk about Liverpool fans talk about Munich air disaster, and you want to talk about severe certain things that have happened that have gone on in recent times. You start saying disrespectful things. That only makes you look that only says more about you than it does about your football clubs and its own fans. That says more about you. So I said this about everyone here. Everyone should keep it respectful at a certain degree, because once you start saying things about their culture, once you start saying things about people's background, you start making fun of people because of how they appear. Like I remember my United fans made a chant about Jisung Park and Koreans eating dogs. I'm like, yes, that's like,
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm like, come on, guys,
But
like really, like there's a way to sort of give chance to Jisung Park. Like, come on, not that chant. You don't make fun of Koreans just because they eat dogs in their country or whatnot.
no, also in that chant, there's the could be worse, could be scouts eating rats in your council house. Well,
Yeah,
so there's a whole you're offending two vast different types of cultures. So,
yeah.
and it's like, what do you really get out of that? I mean, I understand banter to an extent, but when it's racism and taking a piss out of the working class who created this sport that we know and love today, it's kind of counterproductive. Like, what are you
And bro,
doing?
the Man United fans chat. I'm sure you know the song called "In Your Liverpool Slums" by Man United fans. They created that song. You know that song, right? That chant.
Yeah.
Man United fans made that chant about in your Liverpool slums you cheat on the cop and you piss in the town, and then something saying 96 Scousers laid dead on the floor. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like that's too far. Come on.
Like you
Like
hear stuff, you hear these incidents all the time at Man United Liverpool games. Like
yeah,
on one hand, you have United fans singing '97 wasn't enough, and then you have Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, Busby, it's a shame Busby didn't die in the air disaster as well." Like, what are you doing? I understand there's hatred, like a respectable hatred between the two clubs, but singing stuff like "Ole's at the wheel" to take the piss is, that's
that's
banter. That's
fair.
fucking brilliant.
That's
Not
fair.
what I just said previously. That is disgusting, and that has no place in football.
And Arsenal was singing when Old Trafford is falling down. Ten Hag's a fucking clown. Glazer's saying 10 more years.
I mean, United fans agree with that anyway. So.
And Arsenal fans saying Gunners on the fucking beers. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's fair. Like I completely understand that. You know what? I agreed with them. I literally agreed with them. I was like, you know what? It is a shit show. Like that sort of banter I can take, but there's other type of banter. Like for example, you're talking about people, you're talking about other clubs and disasters that have happened. Yeah, and they're United fans saying that Liverpool fans saying, or sorry, United fans saying we have three, but we didn't murder anyone, or without killing anyone, we won it 3 times. And I'm like, not every Liverpool fan killed somebody. It wasn't. I don't know much about all that. I can't really give you too much detail about the Juventus Liverpool incident. Yeah, but come on, guys. Like
It's
death is no.
disgusting point scorer.
It is. Death is no joke, man. Honestly, like people need to have some shame and decorum. Like it's
Like,
not.
it's ridiculous. Like, and with the rise of social media as well, it's 10 times worse. You have fans from other clubs weighing in on it as well. I saw this Chelsea fan saying, "Oh, never mind. It was about Jota and the car or something like. Why didn't he drive to the gate? Like, it's just why? What's the point?"
And you have Man City fans, right? And you sorry, Josh. You want to continue?
No. It was just like stuff like that is genuinely like disturbing. Like, why are you putting that?
You know there were Man City fans, right? When I think we beat them at the Etihad. I think Man City fans were doing the plane movement, like like the plane celebration. Do you remember? They were doing it to the
Yeah.
United fans. Like they were trying to mock the Munich air disaster. But I have one thing to say: do Manchester City fans do not realize that City players died in that Munich air disaster as well? Do City fans not realize that City players died in that Munich air disaster as well? I'm not sure
Miraculous self-awareness, lack of self-awareness.
player, but I think there were some Man City players that died in the Munich air disaster as well. Um, Let me have a look.
And if you want to go down that route of taking the piss out of tragedies, like whether you're a Liverpool or United fan, don't forget. I think
Frank,
Liverpool Football Club loaned players to Manchester United after the Munich air disaster, so they could
Frank,
finish the season off. You know.
Frank Swift was from Man City. Frank Swift was from Man City. I don't know if he played. I don't know if Violet played for Man City, but uh, but there were some Man City players that was involved in that Munich air disaster as well. So City fans can make fun of it all you like, yeah. But just know you lack class, and you're making fun of your own players dying as well. That's all I have to say, and it's absolutely disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting, bro. I'm sorry. Like, you can you can see it as banter, but I don't see it as banter. Nobody should see it as banter. Nobody should see it as we're trying to take the piss out of this club. There's a way of showing respect to clubs, yeah. Look at the Diogo Jota passing. You saw fans, yeah. You saw people like farming engagement from it. And I'm like, you're trying to sort of you're trying to like there was some United fans saying that this Jota death is boring now. Let's move on. I'm like, we're trying to pay tribute to a player who's lost his life in a tragic car accident only weeks after he's got married, won a trophy with his nation, won the league with Liverpool, and not so long ago he was scoring a hat trick for Wolves in the Europa League. Like, let's show some respect here, like people. There's there's room for jokes. There's room for for banter. But all in all this, there's no room for absolute lack of class. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Did you see that BR football post as well of Darwin Núñez going to who is that? Who's he joined? Al Hilal, is it?
Al Hilal, yes.
Yeah. The picture they photoshopped of him packing his bags to Al Hilal was a picture taken of him at Jota's funeral, where he looked devastated. I think he was holding hands with his wife or whatever. And even massive organisations, even massive media organisations, aren't exempt from it.
100%.
Like you consciously took that exact photo and photoshopped him in a suit with a suitcase, travelling to Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's just disgusting, and all that just to get a few likes on your account and to make a bit of profit. It's immoral. It is genuinely.
Let's get to the comments. Big up to Bossa Blue for this, bro. They were booing a bunch of jokers. People lack common sense and decency regardless of their use of alcohol. Absolutely disgusting. True. 100%.
Alcohol is no excuse. If you can't handle your drink, don't drink. And I know there's obviously addiction and whatnot, but you should get help before you go to a football game.
There's a lot of people who quit drinking because it's taking a huge toll on their life. So if you need help, don't be afraid to get help. That's all I have to say. There's a right way to be a drunk fan. As you as an individual should know how to behave in a public where alcohol is involved. Ultimately, it shows how people are raised. 100%. Because alcohol can really change a person. You know what I'm trying to say?
And you said it best with like culture. Obviously, a big part of English culture is the alcoholic part of it. Obviously, the big part of English culture is the football. You know, going and getting a pint with your mates beforehand, drinking a pint or two while watching the game, and then uh, having a pint in the pub discussing the game afterwards. And that's part of the English culture. And at the end of the day, you can't just rid culture like that. But individually, more people have to take responsibility for their actions under the influence. I don't care if it is part of your culture. Like, I don't care if you feel like you need alcohol in order to enjoy yourself. Look at yourself first before you enter those turnstiles. Look at yourself first before you start watching a game and shouting abuse to a
There's so
family man. Yeah.
there's so many ways to enjoy yourself. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You don't need to be intoxicated in order to enjoy a day out watching your favorite team with all your mates.
Facts.
Come on, lads. You know.
Champions of Europe is just perfect, nothing more. Agreed. Man United fans shouldn't be singing, "Oh, we won it 3 times without killing anyone." What is that all about? Honestly, what is that all about? Like, have some shape, people. Come on. Not everyone was involved in killings. It was a certain group of people. Not everyone. You can't blame fan base for a small group of people's actions. You know what I mean? And there was one answer I was gonna say, but I don't really want to say it on air right now. But this is just a
You've
small
got me
minority.
intrigued.
I'll tell you in the private chat.
Yeah.
But this is a small minority getting larger. I would be surprised at all if at the 20th minute of every game Liverpool's the fans will stand up and applaud. That's what they should do for the rest of the season. I think that's a good way to say it. I think in the 20th Premier League game they should do it. Liverpool's 20th Premier League game. They
Oh,
should
can I just say it was perfect that Frimpong's goal went in 20 minutes, 20 seconds in, as well. You know.
And he celebrated for Jota as well. I think did he?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yep, people were milking it, bro. Possibly they were milking it, bro.
But there was even this Arsenal fan that got a massive, like, I think his tweet is hit about 65,000 likes now. And he was saying, like, typical Scousers, you know, boo the national anthem, but you expect minutes silence. And it's like, come on, like, they're two very, very different scenarios here.
Yeah, not everyone's like sort of. Uh, I'll tell you what I was gonna say in the private chat now, yeah. But guys,
Yeah.
slap the likes, please. Make sure you guys hit subscribe as well. We're getting ever so closer to 400 subs. We're literally close to the 400 subs. We're 3 subs away from 390, and 13 away from 400. Guys, come on, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. We're getting closer as well to 15 likes, so keep liking. Um, but Josh, you want to add anything more to this?
Well, I mean, I don't know what else to add. I don't think it will ever go away. I don't think no matter what sanctions you put in place, it won't go away. We can only hope that it does, and more people take action for their, well, more people take responsibility for their actions. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Don't think it will ever will be the case. You know, bit of a depressing note to leave that particular subtopic on, but yeah, I think it's true.
There you go. I had an Arsenal question. Think you missed it, bro. No, I've already answered that. It was the Champions League with Arteta, right? I think you asked that already, right? I've already.
Oh yeah.
Was it this one? Yeah, we've already answered this one. We already answered this one. Already answered it. Already answered this one, bro.
I would still keep him after that trophyless season because he has proved he can win the Prem before. It's like if Liverpool win nothing this season, despite the money they've spent, I still think Liverpool fans would largely back Slot.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he has, you know,
He already won
because
it.
because he has proven he can win it. So
What was it about
same.
Mourinho? Okay, hold on. Let me try and find Mourinho then. No, I don't see it, bro. Can you send the question again, bro? Apologies that I missed it, bro. Can you send it in again, please?
Is it would you take Mourinho?
No, it was the Mikel Mourinho. Oh, okay. I think I found it. This one here. I remember Bolos and like Mourinho in his minutes. Jokic 9, Odegaard, Zubimendi, and there was another midfielder before him. So, what's your take on the player and how he's involved?
Right, when we first saw Mourinho, I was very disappointed. I was like, why have we got rid of Smith Rowe? Why have we got rid of Vieira if we're just going to sign a player that's not as good as either of them? He started off very slowly. I think he got injured in his first training session. listen, in midfield, he is really poor. But when he moved into attack after Havertz and Jesus were injured, he surprisingly had a brilliant goal scoring rate. And I really like him. Like the poor sod, he gets winded every single game. He gets he gets a head injury every single game. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets early onset dementia because he gets whacked every single game, and I feel sorry for the poor sod. In terms of his development, I mean, I think he's a limited footballer with an insane finishing ability. So he's kind of like he's one of those. I think it's like you with Fellaini. Like you can all see the limitations of him as a footballer,
Agreed.
but you can't help but like him because
Yeah.
he might be clumsy. He might not be very good at football, but like there's certain moments where you're just like he's still in his all for the badge, you
Can't
know.
help it but give him credit for what he's doing. What he's doing and how he's played his game because his
Yeah,
game is very.
exactly.
He can only play to his max. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He can only
exactly.
do how his limitation. He can only play to his limitations. You know what I'm trying to say? Play towards his limitations. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. But I don't want to see him in Arsenal's midfield because he is so clunky.
hey,
I'd
Fellaini
have him as our backup striker.
won us that Europa League, man. He won us that Europa League, man. Um, sorry. Let me go and find this. With or without Baleba, the squad depth is still dead. Yeah, I agree. The squad depth is still dead. Yeah, the United need to improve squad depth. I agree on that one. But we don't need squad depth this season because we're competing one game a week. You know what I'm trying to say? I think the squad depth will be next season if we get European football. So that's the one thing I look at. And Baleba and Donnarumma, why not UCL qualification at least? I think it should. If we get those two players, it should be looking at top five, top six, top five.
Now this is
So
it. I wouldn't be surprised if United did finish in the Champions League places. Genuinely, like I genuinely wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us on the opening day. Like honestly, I'm not trying to like take pressure away from Arsenal or try and underestimate us or whatever. I genuinely would not be surprised if United beat us. I genuinely would not be surprised if United finish in the top four. Because at the end of the day, you've spent money on players that you need, and you've got no European football compared to all your competitors. So you've got a real good chance. I think I said at the beginning of the stream. I expect United to be in a strong position to qualify for the Champions League before ultimately falling away. And listen, we've got the Premier League prediction stream to go yet, but that's my vision for United in the league. No real basis of evidence for it, but I just feel like a lot of people are underestimating United.
that's fair. That's fair. Rodrigo to City rumors next to Mamouche and Holland. City dusting themselves. Bro, if City get Rodrigo, yeah, nah, I'm shitting my pants. Shitting my pants to get Rodrigo, honestly. Rodrigo,
Madueke got more league goals than him last year, although 4 of them were against Wolves. So
that's crazy. Man said Madueke got more
no,
goals than him.
for legal reasons that is a joke. Although Madueke did score more league goals, albeit 4 of them were against Wolves.
Yeah, that's fair. I think your earphone's making sound now, by the way.
Uh,
Best.
Yeah, it should be good now. Should be good now. But as I was gonna say, yeah, like, look, people, I just want to say, I just want to close out this topic, yeah, on this, right? Don't be afraid to get help if you're struggling, like with the high level alcohol addiction. Because, look, at the end of the day, you've got one life. It's never too late to make a difference. It's never too late to get help. If you're struggling, if you ever have issues, never be afraid to speak up to anyone. Never be afraid to tell anyone that you want help. And your journey starts because, look, there'll be times where I'm sure you've caused mistakes. You've made mistakes in the past. You can learn from that, move on in your life, and look back and be like, wow, I've come very far. From that moment on. So there's always second chances for people. There's always second chances for a lot of people. So never be afraid to get help. If you've done something really bad in the past, learn, live, move on, and get help if you need. Therapy is the best way. If you need therapy, if you need help from somebody, never be scared to go seek help, because you never know when it could be too late. you just never know when it could be too late. So don't be afraid, people. Don't ever be afraid. If anyone's in the chat that has an addiction that they need to stop, go and speak out to somebody and go and get help from that person. You know what I'm trying to say?
Beautiful.
Second that, it could no mountains too high to climb. 100%, bro. 100%. 100% boss up blue. 100%, bro. We're gonna move on. I think transfer talk we've spoken about.
I think we've covered everything, to be honest. There might be something else that we could discuss, but
I just want to quickly discuss this. So beyond the ball, people, it's not going anywhere. This is our 10th episode, but this is not going anywhere. I don't think this is gonna go anywhere at all. You know what it is? For me, this podcast was there to create. This podcast was created for us to sort of discuss issues in football or outside of football, but within football. You know what I'm trying to say?
in a wider context.
In a wider context, agree exactly. So at the end of the day, this will not go anywhere. This podcast will not go anywhere, people. It's going to be back during the international breaks and back during any break of football. So if football does decide to say, oh, we're going to go on a break. We're going to go on a on a 2-month break. Like, we're going to be here discussing every single week beyond the ball. So we ain't going nowhere, people. This podcast ain't going nowhere. And you never know. We might even bring out some topics during the season if needs be. If the topic that pops up and we want to discuss it, you never know. We might even go live for that. So people, always tune in. I think there are worse addictions than alcohol. Yeah,
Right.
of course. And next to any addiction you have.
No, but alcohol is by far the most socially acceptable drug.
Yeah, it's the
most widespread, alongside weed.
If you've been involved in drugs, if you've ever been involved in alcohol, please never say it's too late for me. In life, you can always learn, live, and move on. You know what I'm trying to say? I know there's always going to be anyone who's in a bad place. There's people who are in a bad place, yeah? People have been in bad places. They've been in darker places. And if you want to get out of that hole, all you need to do is get help. Pretty simple. I know it's not easy to speak up. I know sometimes you might need the courage to speak up. But just try and, sort of find your own way. Find your own way out of a hole that you're stuck in, and you're just constantly overthinking about things in life that you might be worried about, that you think, oh, this is gonna happen to me if I do this and that. No. This is where I say, if you need help, don't say it's too late. Don't ever say it's too late. Chelsea, we need to talk about João Pedro. Chelsea win the league. Yeah, Chelsea looking good though. I can't lie, Josh. Chelsea looking good. But we are going to do a Premier League prediction, so we're going to talk about more of that in detail.
Yeah. I will say, Chelsea, just upgrading your goalkeeper, upgrading your centre backs, and you do have a chance of winning this Premier League. Very simple. Obviously, Boss of Blue just said with the likes of João Pedro, yeah, he's the quintessential Chelsea player. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Not only is he fairly, well, so far for Chelsea, he appears to be fairly clinical in front of goal. And he has got quite a nasty streak about him. I saw him quite a lot with Brighton last season. And whether it was winding up opposition players, trying to elbow them. Yeah, he reminds me of Diego Costa in a way. Perhaps not as clinical, perhaps not as prolific in front of goal. But he is a bastard. So it fits Chelsea perfectly. Because you look at their best teams in the earlier Abramovich era, they were full of bigger-than-life characters, absolute bastards that would have done anything to win. And João Pedro reminds me of that. And I think he will do very well, and I'm considering putting him in my FPL team. I don't know about Ackerman, but I am.
As in, like, what I think of Chelsea? Like, what?
No, I'm saying I'm going to put João Pedro in my FPL team. But yeah, what do you think about Chelsea as well?
I don't know, João Pedro in my FPL team. I think that might be something that you just. I think they match. I think Chelsea and João Pedro they match because you need a top quality striker, someone who can score goals, someone who's very very prolific in front of goal. You've got the players behind you to provide for you. So João Pedro at Chelsea, I think it'll work out well. I think Chelsea will definitely progress as a club. I think now this is where I think Chelsea this year will challenge for the league. But I will talk about Chelsea more in the later shows because we do have Premier League predictions coming up. Barca Liverpool's problems are similar in terms of like what
Defensive problems, I assume. Or in terms of lack of squad depth in the defensive areas.
Yeah, that could be true. You got a clumsy Arsenal, rebranded Spurs, a finished United, and defense injury to Liverpool, Chelsea, bro. Yeah, no, I think Chelsea.
Everyone's underestimating City.
No, I'm not underestimating City. It's more to do with their current squad and what they've done last season. It's still kind of there. You know what I'm trying to say? I still feel like it's kind of there. Like I don't know. I think City will improve though. They have some good players, so I won't write them off just yet. Vape is a lot worse than alcohol. What do you think of that?
What do I think of it? Well, I mean, I suppose unless you're absolutely fucked in the head, you vape a lot more than you drink. So I assume because you do it more often, your lungs will go quicker. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, they're both bad. I mean, it's like asking someone what cancer do you want. I mean, preferably neither. So I don't think there's any right or wrong option.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there. You see kids taking them to school from a young age, thinking they're cool and all.
There's a massive vape epidemic here in the UK. It is absolutely insane.
Oh, bro, over here, trust me, it's illegal over here, vaping, but they still
What,
do it.
vape it? Seriously?
But they still do it over here.
I mean, they banned disposable vapes in the UK, but that's not stopped people from smuggling them in.
It's because the police do nothing about it over here. That's why.
Well, no, it's the same with weeds. I mean, that's illegal. Well, it's illegal to be in possession of it in the UK. But I guarantee you, policemen smoke weed. I guarantee you, close family members of policemen smoke weed. I guarantee you, the friends of policemen and policewomen smoke weed. So ultimately, nothing happens with it. And I'm glad it doesn't.
Weed is legal over here. They made it illegal.
Yeah, I know.
Like just 2 years ago, they made it legal, I think, or 3 years ago.
That's why a lot of people I know want to go to Thailand, which is ridiculous.
That's fair.
And the lady boys as well.
It stinks. I've been to places where there's been there's been smell of weed. Like, bro, it's awful. Genuinely, it smells awful.
I know, fair play. No, in the UK, it's illegal to be in possession of it. It's not illegal to actually smoke it. But obviously, the catch-22 is you're going to be in possession of it most likely if you're smoking it. So.
But aren't you? But if you're smoking weed, aren't you in possession of it anyways?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't really understand the difference between that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, policemen smoke weed most likely. Their family members and friends smoke weed. They're not going to do them in, are they? So I don't think it's taken very seriously.
It's more hypocrisy than it is. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm loving the idea of Cisco. I love the concept of Gyok, but João Pedro. Those two finishers alone far corner. Yeah, no, I think João Pedro is going to have a very good season with Chelsea. But they have a very good season with Chelsea, and they'll score lots of good goals as well. Same with Rice. That second free kick, I'm still on it, bro. How far corner did it go, bro? Courtois had more of a chance grabbing the sun. And when I was out that night. Yeah, those Declan Rice free kicks, man. Both of them. I picked up with the first one. The first one just curved outside in. That's how good the first one was. The second one was like straight, like curved straight in. Like such a great goal, man. Declan Rice. Fair.
Those goals deserved a Champions League win by the end of it, but unfortunately, Arsenal Football Club was the badge on his shirt, so he didn't.
I think talking about Barca Liverpool squad depth. Barca Liverpool one centre back injury from nightmare. Yeah, they are true. Because don't forget, Van Dijk's aging as well. You also have Konate leaving on a free next year potentially. They haven't signed Guehi yet, so they need to sign center back.
Yeah, I don't know why we sold Kwanzaa so quickly without an adequate replacement.
I think he was that good, Kwanzaa. He made a lot of mistakes in the game.
Oh yeah, Slot didn't rate him at all. I remember him getting
Yeah.
hooked at half time in Liverpool's first Premier League game away at Ipswich.
Remember Bruno Fernandes' goal versus Liverpool? It was Kwanzaa's mistake.
Yeah.
It
I
was
remember that.
It was Kwanzaa's mistake that led to Bruno Fernandes' goal versus Liverpool from the halfway line. That's what it was. Endo would play center back. Yeah, then that could be an issue. No doubt his capabilities moving forward, but defensively be serious. No, I think Endo's a very good player, but going forward, he's not the guy. Endo got skinned by a broken foot Martinez at Anfield. Oh yeah, which game was that? Was that last year?
For 2-2.
The 2-2. Oh right. Yes. Liverpool getting center back. Yeah, they're gonna get Mark Guehi. Liverpool gonna get Mark Guehi. Exactly this. Barca have 3 to 4 players that can play center back. Casado, they have Araujo, they have Kunde, and who's the other one again? Kubarsi. So they've got a lot of players. Barca are already an attacking team. From then, go to a 3 at the back is tactical suicide, in my opinion. Casado, CDM, right back. But I think he still play center back, though. A lot of CDMs can play center back. It's because the defending part, that's why. A lot of CDMs can play center back. It's the defending part. Sorry, anyone want to say something?
No, I agree with what you said. Nothing else for me to add.
Obviously, the Premier League is now back this week. We will be doing Premier League predictions this week. Me and Josh will be doing that. I will be uploading a Premier League table filter on my YouTube short, so make sure you guys tune into that sometime this week. I think Thursday I'll upload it. But it'll be according to what me and Josh do. I think the Premier League table predictions. So tune into that one. What was I gonna say? How are you feeling ahead of the season, bro? Like Premier League back, at least we're kind of sort of. How are you feeling, bro? Premier League?
Well, obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I look through the lens of an Arsenal fan, and I haven't seen anything in pre-season that would suggest that this season is going to be better, but we are going to go over the line. So naturally, I'm on a bit of a downer. It's always entertaining when the football's on. To be honest, I'm not really looking forward to it, to be honest, because I don't think Arsenal will do much. But at the end of the day, it's something to put on TV, isn't it? So yeah, something to look forward to. There's going to be great games to watch, and at the end of the day, it is football. It is going to get you hooked. It's going to get me hooked. Like I'm playing it down now, but I'm going to get hooked. When Arsenal are playing at Old Trafford, chasing a goal, I'm going to be fucking screaming at the TV.
Oh, so. I miss those, man. I miss those days because I need it back. Like at the end of the day, as bad as our clubs are, we miss them. We can't live without them.
Exactly.
They keep us going every single week, mentally and physically as well.
Yeah, and quick early predictions before the prediction stream: Brentford to go down, United to finish in the top 5, and Man City or Liverpool to win the league.
That's fair. Those predictions are fair. United top 5, I'd wait. I'd wait on the top 5 for a bit.
Everton European push as well.
I don't know if we get Baleba. I don't know if we get a goalkeeper in yet by then, but we shall see. Let me get through these comments and we're going to close out because I do want to end the stream before 2 hours so I can clip everything up. Because you know what it is? With StreamYard, yeah, if you don't end the stream before 2 hours or at least 2 hours from the dot, it doesn't clip it up by itself. It doesn't generate AI clips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to try and end it before 2 hours so I can clip it. But let me just get through the comments real quick.
Yep.
Garcia, Kunde, Kubarsi, Araujo, Christensen, Martin can all play center back. Fair enough. Casado is too small for center back. Okay. Please consider a dual watch along. I would love it. Maybe we might do. Oh, when is the PSG Spurs game? Is it tomorrow night?
I can't.
Or
No, that's on
Wednesday,
Wednesday night. That's on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night?
Oh well, tomorrow night for you, yeah.
Let's. Oh, actually, no. I don't know. I actually don't know because me and Josh are doing the United Arsenal preview on Wednesday night. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Wednesday or Thursday, isn't it?
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
Thursday.
Thursday, or Friday.
I think Wednesday. I think Wednesday will do.
Right, okay. I was like, I can't do tomorrow, or in your case today, because I've got work. But yeah, should be
That's fair.
good.
That's fair. No stress, bro. No stress.
Yeah.
We'll consider something in the future. Maybe we might do something else.
Fernandez hat trick, man.
Maybe like a Champions League watch along where our club's not in it. We might do like a neutral watch along. You know what I mean? Bruno
You know
Fernandes.
what? We could trial the PSG Spurs game as a watch along. You know, but
It depends when we're done with our video, our live
I would
stream.
love to have Arsenal winning both domestic cups. So I hope the boss of blue is right. Then. I would love it. And yes, I would be celebrating on stream.
That's fair, bro. I mean, you can celebrate winning a trophy. It's no shame in celebrating trophies. That's what we clown each other for not doing, winning trophies. So, if you win a trophy, you've had a successful season already. Even if you finish 15th, if you win a trophy, success. That's success.
Yeah.
No success is ever gonna ever demine your level of glory. You know what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, glory is the most important in football. You could restart this recording and have a longer video cut out 4 hour video cut into 2 hour breaks. I will think about that, but I actually need to cut out yesterday's show because I need to try and cut it and try and clip it up. So I will try and consider that possibility. Thank you for the suggestion, my bro. Thank you for the suggestion. Carabao Cup starting tomorrow, bro.
Yes, it is.
We are in the second round, so tomorrow's matches are crucial.
My local, Norwich, play Jacques' local, Watford. You know Jacques in the group chat, so yeah. Norwich did the double over Watford last season.
Jack is going to be on the show, I think, if not mistaken.
Hopefully.
Wait, is he going to be back in Brighton or is he going to be in his hometown?
I think he's actually going on holiday up in Scotland, but I think he'll try and make some time for it. So.
Okay, no worries, man. No worries.
He might not be able to come on, but hopefully he will.
Norwich versus Watford. Hey, imagine United playing Norwich in Norwich. You could go to that game, genuinely.
When was the last time? I think the last time Norwich played United at Carrow Road, I think Ronaldo scored a penalty, 1-0.
Yes.
If I'm not wrong. Yeah.
1-0. We should have won by more.
Oh, you played like shit that game. Norwich should have got something out of it.
We should have won. We should have won by more games, by more goals. Sorry. We should have won by a lot more goals.
I remember that 2 seasons before that, I think you missed 2 penalties and still won 3-1.
That says, come on, Watford,
All right, for Jacques' sake, I hope Watford do well. But...
Oh, Alex Hunter, bro.
Yes, I always pick Norwich for Alex Hunter FIFA 17.
Bro, I love the journey. People don't understand. The journey was actually fun to play. I don't know. It's like GTA.
The journey was bullshit because I picked Middlesbrough and they signed Harry Kane, which meant I had to go out on loan. What's that all about?
I can't lie though. Like the journey was fun. People don't understand the GTA cutscenes and everything. It was all
FIFA 17. The journey was fun, although the championship part was a massive drag.
I only played 17 and I watched 18 and 19 on the YouTube. I watched the whole cutscene on YouTube. I just didn't bother playing 18 and 19, to be honest.
Fair enough. Hey, yeah, I remember the buzz for the journey. It was brilliant. Completely inspired by Rashford.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely inspired by Rashford this season.
I was just about to say it was inspired by Marcus Rashford. Yeah, exactly. The journey was stupid in FIFA 18 and FIFA 19. Yeah, I didn't like it. I'll be honest with you. FIFA 18, FIFA 19. Okay, I'd say 18 maybe it was okay, but 17 was the introduction to it. I actually liked it. I actually enjoyed the FIFA 17 one. It was actually.
I remember FA Cup final. What's his name? Gareth Walker, his best mate, playing for Spurs. Yeah. Oh mate, nah.
Hunter Walker, step into.
That accent is brilliant. You've got to clip that up. That's 50.
I remember in my head, bro. Literally, I remember Hunter Walker. I remember. What do you call? What was it again? what was the other one again? Danny, his friend Danny at
It's like
Newcastle.
Danny Williams, isn't it?
Yeah. Danny
That's it. Yeah.
Williams. Danny Williams. I was like, bro, I loved it, man. Like when and his pal went to Liverpool as well to play the FA Cup final versus United. And I was like, bro, how could you write this? Gareth Walker. It was Gareth Walker.
Gareth Walker.
They could have Alex Hunter winning the World Cup, not his stepsister. Oh yeah, because his stepsister was blonde, wasn't it? The blonde lady in the GTA cutscene. I think it was.
Wasn't his stepdad? His stepdad was based off a real fella that scored the winning FA Cup final goal in 1955.
Kim Hunter. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Hunter, Walker, warm it up. I love that. I love that.
Now I remember, yeah, Alex Hunter debut, Liverpool versus Arsenal, silenced the cop. Oh, brilliant! I played on amateur difficulty so I could score like hat tricks and try not to get lines out.
You have to keep on training, and once it's green, you have to go to the bench. And I think Mourinho was the manager of Man United at the time, so I was like, you know what, you have to like please Mourinho, you have to like please him. Or if you're good, you start. If you like, you get loaned out, you're sold, you're cut from the team. He was like, yeah, that is like perfect. I was like, perfect. You know what I mean? FIFA 17 was the best. If I had to rank all three of them, I'd say 17, 18, 19. It's in that order. Pretty much.
Fair enough.
In the day, it was only close to you because your granddad had links end off. That's true. Kim Hunter. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, guys, we are closing in on 2 hours. Josh, we got coming up, bro. Anything coming up soon? Obviously,
well, in terms of streaming, no, I've just got your Prem prediction stream.
We got 3 more shows this week. We got 3 more shows. We got Prem predictions, United Arsenal, and Premier League Game 1 predictions. 3 more
exactly. And we need to trial out that watch along thing as well. Somehow.
We will do. 18 on loan to LA Galaxy. Yeah, I remember that. And then 19 he played for Real Madrid, his dream club. Then you got to choose between Atletico, Bayern, and PSG. Oh, okay. But also, guys, like I said, as Josh said, we are going to be doing a lot more shows as well. I am closing in on 390. If you enjoyed this segment, guys, slap that like button. We're 15 likes or 20 likes, whatever it is, and let's get to 390 subs. We're literally 3 subs away from 390. Come on, guys. You know the drill. Please keep subbing to the channel. Big up to Hugh. Big up to my bro. Caught you guys on my lunch break. We're literally about to wrap up, bro. But thank you for tuning in. Literally last second, but we are gonna close out, guys. 3 subs needed, and yeah, let's keep going, people. But we're out, people. Like, share, and subscribe. Take care, people.
Have a good rest of your days.
Oh, look who decided to show up my arm. Anyways, we're out. Take care. Peace. Come on, United. Let's go.